There we go. Okay. Ooh.
I've got a friend with me, children. This is Mr. Lizard. This is a blue-tongued skink from Northern Australia and New Guinea. He's akin to our skinks here, you know, our little lizards here. The skink is the largest family of lizards in the world. And we have, you know, blue-tailed skinks here, and this is a cousin to them. But the little blue-tailed ones are so fidgety and it's hard to have on a video like this. But this is Mr. Lizard, and he is going to help me talk to you about seeing the beauty in animals or people that are different than we are. You can see why he's called a blue-tongued skink. And look how different he is than we are. We've got skin and he's got scales that you can see. We've got a pink tongue and he's got a very blue tongue. He's got claws and we've got fingernails. He doesn't have, he has eyes that do blink, but he doesn't have any eyebrows. In fact, he doesn't have any hair at all. Hair is the province of mammals, and some of us have more hair than others. But you see his little ear holes there on the side, and that's his ear. He doesn't have big ears that hang out like our mammal ears do. So he is very, very different from us. But he's called, our little skinks in Kentucky are called scorpions some places because of their triangular head. People think they're venomous or that their bite's poisonous, and it isn't at all. But because they look so different than us, people are scared of them. And you know, we do that with other people too. People that are different from us, we tend to be scared of them. And one bad thing that people do is if people are a different color or they worship a different God in a different way, or they vote for a different political candidate, a lot of people will dislike them and be scared of them and often try to hurt them. Mr. Lizard here is hurt by some people who are afraid that his bite will hurt their cats or dogs or children, and they won't. And people who are different from us are the same way. They generally, if we try to look for their beauty rather than their differences, it's ever so much better. Christ was good at this, and there's a disease that's not in this country. It's called leprosy, and it attacks people. And in India, leprosy is still there, and it attacks your hands where you don't have fingers anymore. Your fingers are like this, or hands. Sometimes you don't have a nose or ears, and these people are left on the streets by their family because they're scared of them. And there was a Christian nun, Mother Teresa, who would take these people and carry them herself with some help, because she was a small person, but she would take them in her arms and take them to where they could be cared for and fed. And leprosy but Christ did the same thing in healing the lepers. And leprosy is such a scary thing because it disfigures people. It makes your face look lumpy and you don't have ears and sometimes not a nose. And our face and our hands are what make us the most, or what we look at the outward appearance. It makes us very human, and it disfigures both those things. So these people would be left still in India today if you're to be married and the other family finds out that you have somebody with leprosy in your family, the wedding is off. And so it's a terrible, fearful disease. But Mother Teresa could look at these people and see even though they were very different from us, like Mr. Lizard here, she would see their beauty and see their worthiness. And Christ did the same thing and would take them in. And it's also important to look at, and also Mr. Lizard's cousin, Mr. Snake, is so different from us, and he's actively killed or run over by so many people. But it's because he looks so different, we're scared, and we harm things that look different from us, whether it's an animal or it's a person. And that's not the way Christ wants things to be. It's ever so much better when things, whether it's an animal or a person, are different. If we could concentrate on their beauties, and look at the beauty of this lizard. Look at his beautiful scales, his nice sleek body. And that tongue is sort of pretty too, in a way. If we concentrate on their beauties, it's ever so much better than concentrating on their differences. And Christ knew this, and that's what he did. Very important. That's the children's sermon for today on Mother's Day. And mothers they know this. I delivered over 1,000 babies, and some of those babies, I must admit, didn't look very pretty to me. But the mothers always saw them as beautiful. They looked at them with eyes that understood their children's beauty, and they saw them as beautiful when they saw them with better eyes than I did. Because some of these babies, I must admit, just didn't look very beautiful to me at all. But the mothers always saw them as beautiful. So mothers can teach us a lot about what kind of eyes to look at people or animals that are different from us. That's the children's sermon for today.